If you're watching this, there's a good chance something in your body has started to feel different, even if you cannot fully explain why. Maybe your energy is not the way it used to be. Maybe your sleep looks okay on paper, but you still wake up tired. Maybe your body composition has changed, and what used to work no longer works the same. Maybe you're noticing more brain fog, more irritability, more inflammation, less resilience, or just a growing sense that you do not feel quite like yourself anymore. And for some people, that shows up most clearly around hormone changes in midlife. For others, it shows up as cardiometabolic drift, weight that seems more resistant, blood sugar that feels less stable, rising cholesterol, more visceral weight, more fatigue after meals, or that feeling that your body has become less predictable. And sometimes it's not just one thing, it's the combination. The subtle accumulation of changes that may not seem dramatic to anyone else, but to you, they are real. At first, you may have told yourself it was stress or aging, or maybe you just needed to sleep more, eat better, work out harder, or push through for a little while longer. And maybe for a while that explanation felt good enough, but then it kept going. And somewhere along the way, it stopped feeling like a rough patch and started feeling like a pattern. You started noticing more, how your body responds after meals, how your sleep affects your mood the next day, how your patience feels thinner, how your recovery takes longer, how your focus is less sharp, how the same habits are giving you very different results than they used to. And when that happens, the frustration is not just physical, it becomes emotional. Because when you are trying to take care of yourself and things are not adding up, the questions start to change. Why do I feel like this if my labs are normal? Why does my body feel less reliable? Why does this feel harder now? Is this just midlife? Is it supposed to feel like this? A lot of people do not say those questions out loud, but they carry them quietly. Especially high-functioning women and men in midlife who are still showing up, still managing responsibilities, still doing what needs to be done, even while privately feeling the friction. And over time, one of the hardest things that can start to shift is your confidence in your own body. That is often the moment when people begin looking for something more than just another quick fix. Not just another supplement, not just another surface level explanation, but a clearer understanding of what may actually be going on. Hi, I'm Vita Forte, nurse practitioner and co-founder of Vita Forte Integrative Medicine. And a big part of the work we do here is helping people make sense of patterns that often do not get fully explained in traditional care. That may include hormone-related changes, cardiometabolic concerns, inflammation, gut issues, poor recovery, brain fog, weight resistance, sleep disruptions, or just that growing sense that your body is no longer responding the way it used to. The people who come to us are often not at the very beginning of their journey. They have already been proactive. They've already tried to do the right things. They've made changes. They've pushed through. They've looked for answers, but something still is not fully adding up. And that is exactly where our approach is designed to help. One of the most important things we want patients to understand is this. These symptoms are often not isolated. They are all connected. In conventional care, it's very common to look at things separately. Your sleep is one issue. Your hormones are another issue. Your weight is another. Your gut is another. Your blood pressure is another. And sometimes that approach is necessary, but sometimes it does not tell the full story, because having a lot of labels is not always the same as having an explanation. It does not always tell you why things have changed, why they are staying stuck, or why multiple systems seem to be shifting at once. At Vita Forte, we step back, we look at the bigger picture. We look at how hormones, metabolism, inflammation, gut function, stress physiology, recovery, body composition, and long-term vitality may be interacting. Not to make things feel more complicated, but to make them make more sense. Because when people understand the pattern more clearly, they stop blaming themselves for what actually may be physiology. And once the why becomes clearer, the next steps become more strategic. This is one of the core principles of how we work. Clarity before action, not guessing. Not throwing 5 different things at a problem. Not jumping straight into a trendy solution, but understanding what may be driving the pattern first, and then building a personalized plan from there. The plan may involve deeper evaluation, personalized hormone optimization, cardiometabolic support, nutrition and lifestyle strategy, gut and inflammation work, recovery support, or other regenerative and restorative approaches when appropriate. But the bigger goal is never to chase hype. The goal is to help you feel more clear, more supported, and more confident in the directions you are moving. And just as important, this process is not about doing things to you. It's about working with you, helping you understand your body, helping you recognize the patterns, helping you make informed decisions about what is appropriate for you. That is where real progress starts. I also want to mention something important about how our care works. Vita Forte is a personalized integrative medicine practice, which means our process is more in-depth and more individualized than most people are used to in a standard insurance-based medicine. Because of that, our care is self-pay. That allows us to spend more time looking at the fuller picture, thinking strategically, building care around the person in front of us instead of being limited by what an insurance model will or will not support. Our process begins with the discovery consult, where we step back, review what has been changing, look for the patterns, and help determine whether our approach is the right fit for you. The goal of the first conversation is not to pressure you. It is to create clarity. Some people move forward with care. Others leave with a better understanding of what may be going on and what questions to ask next. Both are valuable, because when you understand your body more clearly, you make better decisions. So if you're watching this, there's a good chance you are already asking deeper questions. You're not just looking for the next quick fix. You want to understand why things have changed. You want to know whether your symptoms may be connected. And you want to know what the next steps should be. If that is where you are, a discovery consult is often the best place to begin. Not because you need to commit to everything today, but because you deserve a clearer explanation. Then everything looks normal. When everything looks normal when you do not feel normal. Your symptoms are not random. And when you start to understand the pattern behind them, the path forward becomes a whole lot clearer. I'm Maura Forte. Take care.